Hey guys, this is the MTG noob here, and we're doing a tandem draft here. So I'm going to be controlling it, so any misclicks are on my end, not Jack's end. Jack, you want to take this pick away? It's pretty simple on my end, I think. Okay. There's some other good stuff. I don't think anything's going to wheel in green. This is a really nice, juicy pack. Blessings, Commander, even Banishment, Seraph of Dawn, Kieran Striker. Maybe we'll wheel in Abundant Growth. Probably not. I don't think we'll end up getting anything. Maybe the Renegade Demon. Who the hell knows? I think this is just an easy pick for us. So, go green. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so what are you liking in this pack? Are you, okay. Okay, which do you like better? Okay, I think if we pretty much pass with the striker, and if we pass up on the lancer and the prowess, we're pretty much saying that we're not committing to red unless we get a very heavy red signal. So I think I'd like to be in blue-green as well. I think the void is slightly stronger than the peel, being like you said at uncommon, and it lets you blow people out with big fat dudes on the ground. Okay, what do you like in here? Oops. Yeah. Yeah, and of course we're getting the red signal as soon as we were like, oh, let's go away from the red signal. We got a malcontents over here, which is a card I really like. Um, yeah, okay. Okay, so do you want to jump in on the red or you just want to take the safe pick and take the Geist? Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. So let's try to keep consistent. One of my main things is always trying to stay consistent, but never really doing so. All right, so the green card's really just Geist Trapper. I'd say versus Gold Knight Redeemer. What are your thoughts? Are we don't see any blue cards. I don't think we saw any in the last two packs. I don't know if we have to pick up on that. There's also a sheltering word, but I'm not fond on that. What do you think? Do you like taking the white card, or do you like just taking a really good five drop? Although we have two five drops that are one's fantastic and one's pretty average, but a good beater. Do you want to just stay in on the other five and keep cutting green? Yeah, I would think so too, especially if we end up green white, maybe even splash into the void off a Borderland Ranger. But the thing that's good is, if you're in green, you're playing a lot of dudes. All right, seems pretty. I like the peddler over the guide. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah. Yeah, which is definitely nice. I mean, we haven't jumped in on the white. You see one white card that's about average here. There's some black cards, but nothing too sexy. Still with the red signal, but hopefully we're not in the same colors as the other person to our right. So do you want to jump in on the guide? Excuse me, the peddler or the guide? Or did you like the Stern Mentor as an alternate win condition? All right, sounds good by me. Yeah, I mean that guy's such a damn beating. All right, so a few picks here we can take if we wanted to go white, a voice. Abundant growth is always nice because we have a white and a blue card that are both very playable. I like armaments. I didn't used to like it as much, but having it on green fatties just kind of steals the game sometimes. Very hard to deal with. We also have a safe pick in the scrapper and even a defang and a snare the sky. So a lot of picks. What do you like in the growth or the armaments? Those are really mine, unless you wanted to jump in on the white. Okay, all right. I'll just snatch up the growth. I mean, I think we could probably get more of the voice later on. Plus, the growth leaves us a little bit more open, I would say. All right, so are you a fan of Pathbreaker Worm? I mean, what are your thoughts? I think it could be good with Silverheart, but with a Joint Assault in the pack, it's kind of hard to pass that up. What do you think? Okay. Okay. All right, I'm good with that. As long as we keep cutting green off, seems like a good plan. I think our curve has to get a little bit younger, so to speak. I don't think we could really abuse this flicker. Maybe with the Redeemer, but then we'd be blue-white. Chill is a nice card. I like it. I mean, we already have one six drop and two fives. What are your thoughts versus Halgeist versus Chill? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Sounds good by me. Pretty much, if you can't tell, I think Jack has a little bit more experience than I do, so I'm going to defer to him quite often, even though sometimes I might be like, oh, screw you, and take a totally, completely off color card. All right, I find this a little bit odd, but sometimes in Swiss, you end up, finding really late picks that shouldn't be here. I think this was our pack, right? I'm kind of glad to see the abundant growth wheel, so I guess we could just take that, and that gives us a lot more splashability options, and two growths usually is pretty good. Nothing for us here. Which card do you want to hate out the most? I never ever play grounded, but maybe you want to cut that for green. I mean, I think this is yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you care about the gambit? Okay. So let's just hack that. I actually did a draft the other day and I lost to a deck that was green black with like 15 gambits, and I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. All right, we saw a Stern Mentor and passed it, so I don't really feel like losing to Mill. How do you feel about taking the Dreadwaters? You're cool with that, or do you like hacking the banners? Yeah, yeah. The island's really good though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Island usually is the most powerful card. All right, I'll take Rain of Thorns just in case sideboard card. All right, so nah, I'm not a big shiny guy. I usually deactivate the shiny on my end because of the fact that it's my computer sucks. So, that's like one of the things. Like the jokes on my channel is just like, oh my God, I need a new computer. So many drafts I've lost because like my screen just blows up constantly. All right, so we end pack one. We're basically still open to a second color. Nothing's really pulling us. Restoration Angel, Jack, I don't know about you, but I kind of got to be a douche and steal it up. I still think, we might want the Trident, but I can't pass on it. It's a card I need for standard. I hope you're okay with that. Uh, yeah, no, yeah, and Triumph, but yeah, I mean that leaves us open. Even to splashing it, and getting some value. So I think we'll take that. Maybe we'll wheel something like an angelic wall yeah, we don't really have I mean we have one two soulbound guides. I'm sure we could three soulbound guides, but we could pick up more. But pretty happy about opening this restoration angel. It's a card I definitely like, and I have not shelled out the cash for it. So you know you know me. Definitely you would go with this, correct? Trusted force mage over everything else. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Was that like the second best or the best common in the set? Okay, how do you feel about giving up on that angel and possibly taking a demon lord? I mean, I don't really see anything else for us outside of the voice and another Geist. What are your thoughts on we're not in a second color. I mean, we have a driver. I mean, I think the angels are potentially powerful enough to put us in white, but I kind of don't think we need another six drop. So, okay. Okay, so you don't think seeing this plus this is a signal coming this way, at least that it's open for this pack? Okay. All right. Okay. So they took an uncommon. Okay. All right. So you like the Geist then, or the voice? Sure, sure, sure. I'm gonna have to make a pick, but we have three sixes and fives. I'm just gonna hack the Geist. Sorry, I didn't want to mispick. I mean, I think we have three safe sixes that we would play. In the Redeemer, the Howlgeist, and the Pathbreaker Worm. What do you think about just take the swine here? Yeah, we need to get a little bit earlier on in the curve. Do you mind if I hide black? That's fine, right? Okay. All right, so here's some more black. Um, Nothing else really for us. Should I take the problematic Taskmaster? I mean, just more for us to kind of not want to be on the other end of that, or is there something else you see that screams to you? Okay, sounds good to me. I mean, I hate seeing that thing across from me on the board and not being able to do it. All right, I know we don't want to jump into black, but yeah. How you feeling about just taking another black card? I don't really want to play a second Pathbreaker Worm. Haunting Guardian. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a signal. There's some other. I think we should just take the safe pick and take the Joint Assault, or do you like actually going into black now? After, of course, I hit it. We could unhide it, though. Okay. 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 So, so you don't advocate that, right? You're not a big fan of that? I mean, okay, so take the joint assault, basically. All right, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think. Shit, man. Two of these are to pass up unless you want to take the armaments. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, we do have a lot of nice ground guys that could go to the air, but I don't know how this draft is turning out, man. I feel bad being the trigger man because we got some decent black, especially if we take another Taskmaster. Okay, cool. All right, so snatch the armaments. All right, we'll take the armaments. I mean, we're not necessarily in black yet, but I have not been seeing any white cards. Okay, so we have two soulbound guys. Do you like this guy? I heard he has to be with like six or seven, maybe even eight. Okay, yeah, I would think so as well. All right, so we have two white cards, two blue cards. Stolen goods. How do you feel about that? Yeah. All right. Well, it seems like we're going to be playing the black over the white or the white over the black. I think the strike is fine. We have a lot of fat dudes, right? Okay. All right. So we're kind of trying to commit to white, but like, okay. All right. So I'll keep that in mind in the future. Let's get another black card, of course. It's always those picks. This format, it's like very unforgiving when you end up picking things and oh look, we finally took a red card. That's always fun. All right, so Russia Blood and voila. All right, so I'll do a cost sort, and you can see kind of where we're at. I'll hide the red cards, and do you want me to? Okay, so we're out of blue, and we are considering being three colors. I probably should have picked up that other card, the vessel. That's kind of my bad, so sorry about that. Um, all right. Yeah. Yeah, so do you see anything? If we want to play white, do you want to just take the Pilgrim and just I mean, I'm good on I'm actually good on Gristlebrands. I have a bunch, so I don't need to like just be like, oh, I want to open it and take a mythic here. I like Pilgrim a lot. There's no good green cards. If we decided to be in blue, we'd take the Mistraven, obviously, but I'm pretty happy with the Pilgrim. You good with that? Okay. Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. All right, Vanishing Stroke, or that seems like the pick, unless you like the Justicar. Obviously, not going to play the Primal Surge. Um, okay, so we're pretty much committing to green, white, and we have a lot of creatures. Here's another Redeemer, but do you like having so many sixes? Would you rather have some early removal and Righteous Blow? Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, me too. Redeemer's nice, especially since we have, a lot of creatures. All right, that's kind of nice. We'll pick up another one of those. Fine. And let's hope we get more green and white. Uh, okay. Sure, no problem. The black, I think it's pretty easy here. Just take the Geist, right? Okay. So currently we're at 24 picks. We're not going to be playing this Curse Break in the main. Um, I guess we'll. Oh yeah, not at all. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so we look like we need some fours and some twos, maybe some more combat tricks. Um, the abundant growths, how do you feel about playing them if you're not going a third color? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Okay. Okay, so here we have a lot of options at, some okay removal slash trick slash call to serve. What are you taking? Are you taking the call to serve to just kind of jump a big guy out of nowhere and swing for the win, or do you like terrifying presence, eaten by spider, sheltering word? What are you feeling? Hmm. So, okay, which one do you want me to take? All right. Got that one right in there with 1 second to spare. Buzzer beater. All right. I kind of like this card a lot, but I think we have better five drops than it. Do you want to take it or do you want to take another presence? Um, I mean, this guy binds, but he's not really amazing. Leap of Faith, I'm not a big fan of. What are you liking? Okay, yeah, we could take that and probably play it over the scrapper. Okay. I'm a fan of another million six drops. I think he's decent, but you like in Cloud Shift, we really only get to abuse the Angel. Maybe we reset some of our Soulbound stuff. Or do you like another do you like the Protector? I'm not huge on the Protector, but I mean with the Angel it's okay. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. It is a human, not that we could really abuse that, but with Restoration Angel, it's okay. Let's see, we have one, two, three, four, five, six. Do you want to jump in on the lumber? Okay. Well, I think all right, take this or the strike. I mean, we're not gonna play the gate guards. Okay. So, all right, well maybe we'll bring this in. I kind of like the trick with a lot of fat dudes, especially since we don't have a ton of removal. You okay with that? Okay. What I wanted to point out with a lot of people, I mean, early on in the format, I'm sure you know this by now. Let's just take this just in case we wheel another Lumberknot. Is Lumberknot actually, is really good with the Triumph? Like even if you just plop it down and it sits there, it could draw you a card. So that's always good to keep in mind. Do you want the Grave Exchange or the Gate Guards? Okay. That sounds fine by me. I don't want our guys to get blown out. You ever play this card? All right. Well, just hate a blue card. All right. So yep. That's true. We just smash through. Just knock down castle walls one at a time. All right. So we wield a forest at the end, just what we wanted. All right. I mean, I'm not in love with the way this turned out, but I think it's decent. I don't mind actually being in green white. I liked the black, but like you were pretty much 100% right on the third pack where we didn't end up seeing any really good black. So I'm kind of glad you talked me off the ledge there. I was trying to get all in on that black, but thanks for keeping me honest there. So I think that was good. All right, so we have some good white cards here. How many Zealous Strikes do you like playing, if any? You think one's fine for now? Okay. All right, let's just take this down. I think we have a lot of sixes, so we might want to keep that in mind and try to kind of figure out what we're doing with all these six drops and five drops because we can't really. I mean, the format's so fast anymore. I'm just going to put everything in and we'll see where we want to go. Do you want to play the Armaments or the Scrapper? I mean, currently we're at 24 cards. There's some stuff we would be cutting. Okay. All right, so let me pull down the spells and stuff of that nature. Yeah, you don't see that often. I'm not. I mean, I think we want abundant growth, but I'm not super like. I think we could probably replace it with some tricks, but I mean, that's your call because I don't want to not draw into the things we want to draw into. So, I mean, right now we need to cut one card. We still have Armament, Scrapper, which I think we'll just leave in the board. I mean, we have much better five drops, and we have another Zealous Strike. So, what are your thoughts on replacing the growths with the armaments and the Zealous Strike? We have 16 creatures, so we're replacing two enchantments with a spell and an artifact. So it's not like we're cutting any creatures. And then, how do you feel about all these six drops and five drops? Do you want to cut any of them? And do you want to play 18 lands in a deck like this? I mean, yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Well, we basically have three cards we need to cut, so I'll just pull the cards off to the side that are probably weakest in our deck, and then I'll let you make the final cuts based on your experience. So without the protector, we're at 15 creatures. Currently, we can cut one to two abundant growths, one of the two Zealous Strikes. We also have Terrifying Presence, which do you like that over a Zealous Strike, or how do you feel about that card, like comparing the two? Okay, okay, okay. So redundancy is not as good in tricks as it is in creatures and things of that nature. Okay, so we cut the second strike, and you think we could just smash through without evasion? I mean, we do have some flyers already. We have some trample guys and some guys that are hard to block, and then we just have some big fat. So, what do you think? Okay, or do you just like playing the Protector and one growth over? So it's basically we could play one growth and Protector or one growth and Armament. So obviously we're keeping in a growth and cutting a growth. So what do you want the last card to be? A Armament or a Protector? Okay, so you're good with 15 creatures and you don't think we need to play this Escort just to beef up the Lumber Knot or whatever? I mean, currently we have one, two, three, four. 5, 6 guys that bind. Is that enough to play the lumber now? Okay, sounds good. And the pro zombies usually isn't very relevant. I don't even know how many zombies are in this set, but not many. All right, so we'll add lands, and then we will bring you round one of this tournament. Are you okay with 11-6? I usually don't trust the stats. 10-7, yeah, I was thinking that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. I mean, the only benefit is playing potentially the banishing stroke on the whatever turn we needed if we miracle it. That's all. All right, so here's basically our curve. Seems pretty nice. We have the most 3 drops, so that's always a good thing, and some 4 drops. We're a little heavy on the 5s and the 6s, and we're mostly green, which is the justification for the 10-7, which is fine by me. All right, so this is the MTG noob, and saying definitely subscribe to both our channels, and we'll bring you round one shortly. Thanks for watching.